Well, hello and welcome to the webinar about how to write your best book in 90 days. I'm your host, Gina Carr, and I am so excited that you guys are joining us today. If you would, over in the chat, if you're here with us live right now, please enter your name, where you're from, and just tell us, what you're doing about writing a book right now. Have you started one? Have you already completed one? Are you wanting to do another one? We'd like to know that, and we'll be looking from time to time into the chat to check out your questions. Our guest is with us today, and she is the brilliant Mindy Gibbons Klein. She's the co-founder of the Book Midwife and the managing director of Penomah Press. She's an international speaker, author. She's helped hundreds of people bring their books to life. And so I was able to spend some time with her recently. I was over in the UK for several weeks, and we spent some time together. And I participated in one of her book retreats. She helped me get my book off and running. So I'm very excited to present to you Miss Mindy Gibbons Klein. Mindy, say hello.
Hello, and thanks so much for having me today.
Great. Mindy, how did you become a book coach and publisher?
Well, it's a long story. Imagine 10 years of struggling trying to write and finish and publish a book, and that was my story. And it was really kind of sad because I needed that book to be out in print, but I didn't have any guidance, and everybody tells you something different, and I had a lot of self-doubt, and I don't know, somehow the time just went on and I lost 10 years. When the book came out, lots of other people said, oh, I'd really like to do a book. And I thought, well, I'm a coach. I've been a coach for a long time, and surely I can help you do it better and faster than I did. I mean, anybody can do it better and faster than I did. And I just put all of my know-how and my businesses together, so the coaching business, the marketing business, and my experience of books. And we've gone from there. It's very rewarding.
I bet it is. I love your the Penomah Press portfolio. It says books that change lives. I don't have it in front of me right now, but what is your tagline? What is it?
It's books that change lives, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's very powerful. And there's an old saying. I guess it was Charlie Tremendous Jones that said, you'll be the same you are 5 years from today, except for the people you meet and the books that you read. And so books have always affected me. I love books. I'm so happy that I finally was an author last year. And similarly, I struggled for years. I've been wanting to write a book, and I ended up bringing on a co-author so that I could get mine done, because otherwise I probably still wouldn't be published. And this time I'm going it alone as far as authorship, but I'm working with you as book coach, so I think that's going to make a tremendous difference in helping me, get the book to the finish line and get it published.
Absolutely. Well, what we like to say is, if you do a book on your own, you might end up finishing it, but if you get help from us, you'll definitely do it. You'll do it faster and you'll do it better. And so, we're so pleased to be partnering with authors, and you'll get to experience that firsthand.
Good, good, good. Well, I see a lot of people in the audience today. I just like to recognize people as they pop in. So let's see, we have Tiffany, got the outline of the book done, now to fill it in. Okay, that's a great first start. Yes, Vivian's, hello peeps here from Penang, Malaysia. Looky there. Copywriter and designer by trade, jazz vocalist on the side. There's a book in me somewhere, just need to find it. All right. Then I see my friend and one of my team members, actually, Diana Marie Tanzo from Asia. She's excited to join the webinar with Gina Carr and Mindy. Thanks for the invite. Michael contributed to 5 books but needs to do a solo effort. Cindy Poe, another real life friend. She's a yoga genius. She led the yoga at the NSA convention last year. I'm in Pennsylvania. Oops, it slipped while I was reading hers. Book is outlined. I've begun writing the chapters. Definitely a work in progress. It just brings up the question of, why is it so hard to write a book?
It's not so hard. I think for many people it's hard to justify the time, because if you think of Stephen Covey's 4 quadrants, the book usually gets placed into the important but not urgent category, and it gets overtaken by all the urgent things, all the firefighting, all the things that are pressing, and it's always easiest to back burner the book. Oh, I'll get to that later. A client calls, got to go with that client commitment right now. Everything else takes precedence, and it's very hard to make the book urgent. Even when we have commitments from authors and we say, look, we need that book today or else it's not going to go to print. We had one last week and it slipped by another 4 days and we're saying, you are not going to have books. But people still find it really, really hard to prioritize. So maybe they don't see the immediate return. Well, you don't, do you? So I think that's why. There's also the qualitative factors of, not knowing if you can judge your own ideas, not knowing if they're good enough, not knowing if you're on the right track. Have you picked the right concept and topic? Have you scoped it out well enough, or too finely, or is it too broad? Are you going to end up with something that's too long, too short, off track? I hate to go into all that stuff because that preys on people's fears, all of them. But I'm saying that because that's what we hear every day. And then the issue is how do you get yourself past these fears? And it's just like with anything that's difficult. Like if you want to run a marathon, you either have to motivate yourself and do your own training plan, and it might be raining hard and whatever, or you get a personal trainer. It's the same kind of thing with all the hard things in life. I think it's easier if you have an accountability partner and someone to guide you, to show you how to do it well. Sorry, I'm just really passionate about that.
No, I agree, and plus, working with you, what I like about that, is as much as I love you and your incredible base of knowledge, I'm so excited that we have the group that that we the physical people that I was in London with, that they're in the same place. They were just starting the book, and so we're all on this. We're out together. Like the marathon example is a great one, because as you want to run a marathon, it's good to have the personal trainer, but it's also good to have the group that you're working with and that you're out running with, and they're motivating you, and that they're going to be there. So there was a lot of peer pressure for our first webinar meeting the other day for me to have my outline done, because I knew that everybody else would have theirs done and we needed to be moving forward. And so so that it's sort of a mastermind mentor situation, which I think is the powerful way to get things done these days.
Yeah, I mean, we do still do private coaching where people insist they don't want to share their ideas, or they insist on the best, or they can't make the dates of the group programs. We do still work with people one-to-one all the time. We're always signing new people up for that. But the group thing offers that extra dimension, that dynamic, as you say, of the extra excitement, accountability, people to share ideas with. And then there's the online community, and I know you've tapped into that as well. There's always about 60 to 65 members in that at any time, and that everybody can understand they're all going through the same thing. So there is that. It's really nice.
Well, good. Well, let's see. Kate has joined us. She says, happy to be here. Just tweeted my happiness about the webinar. Thank you, Kate. That's one of the things I love about this system, Webinar Jam. It makes it so easy to share things socially. And yeah. If you are interested in a webinar system like this, I'm going to give a little plug here. There's an affiliate link down at the bottom, and you can check it out on your own, and it's a great system. It's what we're using for all of our webinars. I say we because I'm in partnership with my significant other, Terry Brock, and co-author of my initial book, Clout Matters. Let's see here. How do you point to that? There we go. and Mindy, I don't know if you can see your book there, but it's a little.
Oh, it's shining so much you can't see the title.
Yeah, exactly. But that's a fabulous book too. 24 Karat Bold. Let me pull that up, because
bless
that
you.
is a great book for anyone who is a thought leader. So
inspiring thought leader.
Read that there. So, or aspiring thought leader, exactly. Claim your position as the top expert in your field, which is what a book allows you to do. I want to recognize Ann Zaccardi. Hello, Ann, from up Northeastern way. I met her at the National Speakers Association New England chapter last year, and we actually sort of been online through a mutual friend, Melissa Galt out of Atlanta. She says her book is 80% done, and then realized it was all wrong and needed to change direction. Ouch!
Yeah,
well, I bet you see that happen a lot.
Don't worry about it, Anne. It happens, because the thing is, you don't know if it's just you. You're guessing. You don't know if it's turning out the way you want, or more importantly, the way the market wants. And that's why we exist. The book midwife was created to, well, the midwife metaphor kind of tells it all. We hold your hand, but we guide and direct and things like that. But sometimes people don't know we're here, and they just think they have to go it alone. But the good news is that no matter where you are, you can still even start from scratch right now and have the whole thing done in 90 days. And people don't realize that. They're like, yes, but it's taken me 9 months to get this thing that's not even finished yet. Yeah, well, we do things differently. And if you want to chat about that, we'd be delighted. Even if you scrapped it and started over, which we might suggest is better than trying to fix what you've got, you could still have everything done in 90 days. I guarantee it.
Okay, good point. Let's see. Now, I have some more questions for you, and we can talk for hours. We're gonna keep this short. We promised you a short webinar today, so 30 minutes. We'll end at 10:30. Well, we started a little bit late, so we'll go a little bit after 10:30.
Okay.
But if you guys have questions, please pop them into the chat, and I'll be popping over as Mindy's answering questions and seeing what your questions are. Okay, so one of the questions is, Mindy, why is it so important to write a book?
Why is it so important? Well, it seems to be important. I've got my ideas that have to do with, fame and fortune and the ultimate F word. So fame, I'll get to that. The fame is what we call credibility in business. Being known, and being known really helps because people know about you. You attract a lot of business. You haven't got to work so hard. You haven't got to push all the time and do so much marketing and spend so much money. They come to you, they call, they email, you get inquiries. They come to you pre-sold, and that's what fame does for you. Fortune, obviously, you can make money from book sales, but I think most people nowadays know the majority of the return on your investment, the majority of the income that you can make comes from things that are related, things that come from the book sales. So, somebody reads a book and thinks, I must work with that person. Wow, I really get it. I really need that. Or reads the book and thinks, yes, that's the person we want to speak at our conference. Or that's the person that I want to partner with and form what could be a lucrative joint venture or something like that. The opportunities are endless. I've had clients talk to me about all three of those scenarios and more. I had one client, I think I was talking to you about this at the retreat, Gina, was sitting at home and got an email from Japan, and the book had made it all the way out to Japan, and this guy read through it and thought, I must work with this woman. Booked flights and came to the UK and paid her full fee, and she's now getting famous and making money from the Japanese market. So there's fame and fortune, and most people, would like to do those things. But the ultimate F word, in my opinion, is fulfillment. And there's something very fulfilling about leaving your legacy in the form of a book. It's a great little package that shows what you're all about, what you care about, what you know about. It's something that will be here and go on and on and on after you're gone. We don't like to think about it, but a lot of people feel like they've achieved something major when they finally get their wisdom into this little 200-page package. And that's, I can't quite put a figure on that. I don't think anybody can, but those are the main reasons I would say people come to us to write books.
Very interesting. Last year when our book, less than a year ago, it was October that we received the very first copies, and Terry and I took a picture and we're holding it. It's like giving birth. It is like a baby, and it's just incredibly exciting, and it is fulfilling, and the legacy. I mean, if you have a child, that's part of your legacy into the world. And then, yes, certainly your book. And I'll tell you another advantage to having a book is, well, if you're trying to do social media, and if you believe social media marketing is a good way to go these days, of course I do, that's a big part of my business, and I help a lot of speakers and authors. Uh, Nowadays, I say, well, if you're a speaker, you need to be an author because it makes your social media so much easier. You can, you can pull excerpts out of your book as your blog posts. You can pull excerpts out of your book as your social posts. There's just so many ways to chunk it and repurpose that material. Once you get it in book form, it's the basis for your speeches. It's the basis for so many aspects of your business as a thought leader.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I call that plagiarizing yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to get in trouble for that one.
Okay, good. So, I think we've covered pretty well why somebody needs help putting their book together. If you have additional thoughts on that, add them. And tell us, when is the best time to get help?
Well, we kind of touched on it before. Ideally, we like to catch people right at the beginning because, I mean, the midwife isn't usually there at conception, if we carry on with the metaphor, but imagine having somebody there to bounce those ideas across with and to scope things out and to figure out what the exact theme and concept should be, and to really make sure that you are on the right track, knowing what's going to be in the book and what's not, and what style to take and what tone, and how long you want to make it, and just what kind of book you want it to be, where you want it to play, what you want it to achieve. It's really, I think it's best to have all of that help up front, because if you write a book and you then go to somebody like a publicist or something, and this is what happened to us when we ran the book marketing part of the company, people would come to us and the book would be done. And we'd say, great, who's it for? And they'd go, who's it for? Everybody, I guess. We'd think, oh no, none of this groundwork was done. And what are the main messages in the book? And they'd go, and the whole thing was written. So, I'm not trying to scare people, but, well, I am actually, because it is a scary thought to spend weeks and months of your life putting something together that might not be as good as it could have been. So, I'm a very practical girl, and I like to think that doing things properly from day one will save you time and energy and probably money as well. It'll get the book out sooner, and then you can start making money sooner, if that's one of your goals. But so as early as possible. I can never understand it when people say, well, let me just put my outline together and then contact you. Why? Because we want to help with that. And they go, oh, really? So, yeah, I know it's not what people think. They think the midwife is there right at the end, push. But it's actually very helpful to have somebody there as early as possible.
Well, in the retreat, those were the starting exercises that you gave us, and I think they were so critical to getting off to a good start. You really made us dig into why we're writing the book, and what we hope that it will do for us, for our careers, for our lives, for our legacy. And we spent a lot of time talking about and thinking about who the book is for. And then part of what was so valuable was to be able to share those in the group, get your feedback, get input from the others. That was really valuable feedback. I know that some of the people who, especially those who were really struggling, like, oh, is my audience, are they older women? Are they younger women? Is it everybody? Everybody who needs to, one girl, is it everybody who needs to lose weight, or is it just the women? Is it, so I think that the group, and you especially, with all of your years of expertise and seeing so many successful books and unsuccessful books, the ones that didn't do as well, you've got that expertise and that track record to just say real quickly, yes, that's a good idea, no, that's not a good idea, we're going to worry about that later, and those sorts of things. So that was really great.
Well, thanks.
So Diana has asked a question here. How much do I need to invest to get things started for writing a book?
Depends what you mean started. Because our coaching programs, the group ones start at, I'm trying to translate into dollars, about $2,000 or something, a little more. So you can do it for that, and you can get help, and you can get the guidance during the writing phase. And then we have our sister company for the publishing. So what many people do is they get involved with us and they stay with us so that we know that we're going to publish it, we're going to edit it, we're going to launch it to the media. And then when we can do a combined approach, You can do the whole thing for, I think we said about 7 or 8K. For a business expense, for a marketing expense, I can't think of another one that has almost a guaranteed return on your investment. So, you know, I've been told that that's a sensible business expenditure, to make sure that you have your book and make sure it's good and make sure it's launched properly. But you could do it for as little as about $2,000, I think.
Okay, okay. All right. You know, this probably brings up a good time to share the page that is about the New York retreat. You know, guys, mostly she has retreats over in the UK. She has a lot there. She's having one in South Africa soon. And there's one coming up in New York very soon at the end of July. So why don't let's see, can you see my screen there, Mindy?
I can see it. I hope everyone else can.
Okay, so to walk through what we're seeing here, this is a 90-day book writing program. And
yeah, this is the pitch, and then there's a little video of mine from YouTube where I just kind of get people excited about writing the book. The one-day workshop is something we don't normally do. I was asked to do it as a one-day. Everybody's busy in the summer and whatever. Normally we do a 2-day retreat, but this time we're trying a one-day, first time ever in the New York area. So this just gives you an idea. If you want to scroll down a little bit, people don't always understand that it's not just about going to an event, okay? It's sometimes you'll go to an event, you'll be all fired up, you'll say, yes, that's it, I'm going to do it, and then, well, life gets in the way, and you don't always have that motivation that carries on all the way through to the end. So this is why we always combine the retreat with support, 12 weekly webinars with me live. So, you know, I show up just like this, usually not video, usually audio, and I totally give the advice and direction. You've already attended one of these, Gina, the actual program webinars, and it's an essential part of the program because people need that ongoing support and direction and guidance. Otherwise, they might kind of fall off. And so that's why we always bundle it together. People say, oh, can I just do the retreat? No. I mean, well, you can, but we're going to throw in the webinars whether you attend them or not. We suggest you do. So then if you scroll down, we have a number of questions which really are, they talk to the things that you and I were saying, you know, why bother? Do you want to be an expert? Do you, you know, are you tired of seeing other people in the limelight and all that kind of stuff? And, you know, we know that we can help you get there. And so we just explain, I think there's a video to the bottom of that, and I now see myself instead of, oh, there we go. So at the very bottom of the page, you know, we explain exactly what to do. So we do these things about 6 times a year. Yes, we've helped a lot of people, hundreds of people, mostly writing business and self-help and health and wellness books. That's what I've specialized in, as well as a few life stories. I call them credibility building books, you know, profile building books. And then a few videos from our, I think these must be from our March retreat. We always try to get videos. We've got videos from everywhere, South Africa and the States. And that's it, really. We give people a few levels to choose from. So at the very bottom, people can decide if they want to just do the retreat and the webinars. These prices, as you can see, are in pounds, but oh, actually it's much less than $2,000. I was miscalculating. It's approximately 1,600, might be a little bit more, depends on the exchange rate, but it's, you know, much less than 2K. If somebody wants to go for gold, they get private coaching alongside that. I have some very talented coaches in the UK and in Australia and in Holland, and you'll be assigned a coach who, alongside all this, will hold your hand and work with you on a private basis. So you get everything. You get webinars once a week and a coaching call once a week. You can't fail with that kind of support. If you want the whole thing and you want to know it's all taken care of, that's our Platinum program. And Platinum is actually our most popular one because I think people see the value there. Not only do you get the retreat, you get the private coaching, you get the webinars, you get added to the online community, you get all of my resources that I've been building for 12 years. You will get that book done, and when it's done, it comes back to us. You know that it's all sorted out. We're going to edit it, double edit. We can do US English as well as British English, whatever you want. It gets edited, it goes into design, professional design. We have award-winning designers. It then gets published through Panoma Press. We put that out globally, global distribution, in print as well as 4 ebook formats. We put it on 900 different sites. We launch you to the media. We take you to international book fairs. We pitch you to international publishers for translation editions. I'm making myself tired with all this. For just over £5,000. It is amazing value. We will have to put it up at some point, but so far we can still do it for this. So that's, what does that say, 8,000 something or other dollars.
Yeah, $8,905.
Yeah, unbelievable value for a business person to have everything done for that. There's no hidden extras. If you want to buy books after that, this comes with your first 50 books. Anytime you want to buy books, we give you a rock bottom price. We make things easy for you. We give you the ebooks so you can sell them on your site. So this is what we do, because I think it's important not just to do a course and say, okay, goodbye, good luck. I won't do those anymore. I used to, and some people who've known me for a long time know that I used to do a one-day course, and then we'd say, good luck to you. And most people wouldn't finish their books. So that's why we do what we do in the way we do it.
Oh boy. Yeah, I just want to point out that the installment there for that full package, which is pretty exciting, £1,997 deposit, 4 monthly payments of £1,100, and what's the factor? You add about 70% of that to get the.
Yeah, that's right.
The had to do that a little bit while I was over there recently to get the US equivalent, and we'll probably come back in on this site since it is a New York-based conference and add.
We're going to add those.
Several prices do have.
I think it's about $3,400 deposit. And you don't have to pay our tax. See, that's the great news. I mean, the UK people have to pay 20% on top of that. You see? And yeah, that $1,100 becomes something like $1,900 for the, it's a very affordable installment plan if somebody really doesn't have all the cash up front. But we take credit cards and PayPal. If somebody's interested in this, I hope they would get in touch with you or me, and we'll help you sort it out. We don't want that to be an obstacle to you getting your book done in 90 days.
Okay, that's great. And for those of you who want to look at that link just on your own, it's bit.ly/NY book retreat, because it's New York. So bit.ly/NY book retreat. That will take you to, actually that is my affiliate link, full disclosure.
Yay.
So if you if you want me to have a few nickels to rub together there, if you guys sign up for it, that would be great. And
well, I'm going to promote that link as well, Gina. That's great. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, so it's really helpful. All right, let's go back over to the Google Hangout and see if there are some new questions. And I see that there are. Now, I had bounced, just a technical issue for those who wanting to do Google Hangouts. Why I had bounced back over here earlier is I had realized that as you talked, they might not be seeing the screen. So let me turn off my screen share, and I should be able to be seen again. And so what I did was I did a thing called blue lining, just a technical thing here. I made sure that the screen was featured while you were talking. So that's what I did. So Vivian says, is there a time in the year that's best to launch your book? I'm curious, as I noticed there are many book launch writing seminars happening at the moment.
Book launches and seminars. I mean, starting the book, you can start the book anytime. Launching the book to the market, I would say anytime except August and December. We won't launch books in August or December at my company. It's just too hard. August, everybody has vacations, they're traveling, and December, you really don't want to compete with those celebrity chefs and other celebrities and people bringing out books around Christmas. You just don't. Very, very few, shall we say, business books or profile books will be Christmas sellers. A great time to launch books is January, February, March, because that's when people have made New Year's resolutions. They want to change their life. They buy self-help books and books to help change their lives and business. Also September, October. So we get a few bites at the cherry. April, May. You're fine until you get to the summer, and then you're fine in the autumn as well. I like January, February, March launches because you get a shiny new copyright date. So the people who are starting books in July, we will be launching them in February and March. That's the exciting thing. So we will start that book in July. They will be launching in the spring if they want to. I mean, if somebody wants to put the brakes on and hold off, or that's their choice. But they will have the choice to launch it early in the new year.
Okay. Okay. Good. All right. Now I have activated a feature in Webinar Jam. It should have a link to the page there for the New York retreat shown over on the right-hand sidebar. So hopefully you'll see that, and you can just grab that if you'd like and click it, and that'll take you to the New York retreat, the affiliate page. Now, if I were them, I would do the New York retreat because I would want to get it going right now. But let's give them a heads up, since a lot of my audience is going to be in the U.S., that we're planning one for November in Orlando. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, so that's going to be coming up too. So if you're interested in that, just send me a note, Gina@ginacarr.com, and I'll get you the details on that. So with that, let's see. I think I don't see any more questions right now. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. If you do have more questions, you can contact Mindy. Mindy's Twitter handle. Well, how would you like them to contact you, Mindy?
Yeah, Twitter's fine, @bookmidwife, @bookmidwife, one word. Or, yeah, because my name is quite hard to spell, @MindyGK, or you can find me in Gina's tribe, I'm sure, in any number of networks. So, just go through Gina if you need to, if that's easier. I'm always happy to answer a question. I'm always happy to help people at any stage. Ideally, the earlier the better. But whatever you've done or haven't done, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter where you are, because we want to help you get from where you are now to where you want to be, which is holding a book, a finished book that you're proud of, that does you proud, that brings you that fame, fortune, and fulfillment. And if we can be part of that, that's why I exist anyway.
Yay! It's such a great feeling. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and for those of you who are going to be in San Diego at the National Speakers Association convention coming up soon, Mindy will have a booth there. So she'll be there, and stop by and see her. I have a session going on, and we'll be talking about book marketing more than book writing, but of course you can't market the book if you don't have it, so they go hand in hand. But thanks you guys so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. And if you found this helpful, share it with others, and give us some feedback. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the event and your thoughts on the New York retreat. So I know it's going to be great, and thanks so much, Mindy. Thanks everyone for joining us today.
All right, see you then. Bye.